Howdy. So we're going to go ahead and give a brief kind of overview of what behavior-driven development is. I know this isn't a software engineering course, so we're not going to get too much involved into it. But I do think a brief discussion can be helpful. It may provide one way for you to organize your thoughts as you're developing your application, both in this class and the future ones. And we'll see here that the approach is to focus on the behaviors or what you would like that application to accomplish. So behavior-driven design, as the name implies, is going to focus specifically on the behavior of the software before and during its development. We're going to write down the requirements of our software using a tool that's known as user stories. Now understand, behavior-driven development is used kind of in the agile software process. We haven't got into that at all. We won't in this class. But there's this idea that, okay, we need to record the requirements for the software that we're going to develop. And one way to do that is to sit down with either, say, someone who you're building that software for, or perhaps yourself and go through, well, what is it that I actually need this application to do? How are people going to interact with it? And once you understand how people will interact with it at a high level, you will be able to then determine how you will go about implementing it at the lower level. So we're going to focus on overarching behaviors when we're talking about behavior-driven development. So what are user stories? They're simply going to be lightweight descriptions of how the software is going to be used. And again, the focus here is going to be on the behavior interaction with this piece of software and not on the implementation. So one way to kind of go about this idea of a user story is to simply record them down on a 3x5 index card. So one format was developed by a company called Connextra, and their format for these user stories would be essentially to put some sort of feature name in the title line. So maybe add user, and then you begin with 3 sentences to describe what it is, its particular feature or behavior that you would like to have accomplished within your program. So it could be like, as an admin, so that students can access content, I want to add students to my app. Something of this nature. And I know that looks horrible with how it's written. So let's just erase that and completely ignore that. But the general idea is here that on your note card, you have some sort of title for the feature name, and then the body of that note card will describe the feature using 3 sentences as some sort of role, so that I can accomplish this, I want to be able to do that. Or as a whatever, I want to do some sort of task so that I can achieve some sort of goal. The ordering doesn't matter. What's important is that you capture what a particular type of, say, interactor or actor with your program is going to want to do. So it could be from the user perspective, it should be from the admin perspective. It's not necessarily from your perspective. So you're looking at this through the user's perspective, or the admins or whoever's of whom will be interacting with your program. So what we'll see here is that if this is crafted right, we can actually use it as an acceptance test before code is written. And the idea here is that in order to actually show that we have completed this feature, we can refer back to this card and go, hey, as a whomever, so that I can achieve this goal, I want to be able to do this task. Has it been implemented? Yes. Okay, cool. So why 3x5 cards? So if you think about this in your maybe client facing, or even at home and you're working on, say, maybe an MP, note cards are going to be non-threatening. If you're interacting with clients, it's a very easy way to kind of shuffle them around and have those non-technical people actually interact in this process. It's easier to rearrange, so you can sit there and kind of prioritize And they're also very easy to revise as it's, simply being done on a 3x5 card. So we'll go ahead and move on to what constitutes a good user story. And then we'll move into actually how behavior-driven development is going to be incorporated into the process that we'll be using in this course.